Statement 8. As you...
Acua Penki, yun pati sa Kimu. Kimu. Chiwi Aitak. Kakin Jan Awabakaon, Kimulira Kunkin. Ichuta, Kimulira Kunkin. Don't hit. Kakin Jan Awabakaon.
Yes, what's on your mind? You got it.
How may I be of assistance to you, Padawan? What is it you would like to speak to me about? After my father died, my mother was left to support me alone. A single non-human woman, living in one of the worst, most violent slums on Terrace. It was not easy for her. When my father was killed, it seemed that something in her began to die as well. She worked. She worked as hard as she was able. But over time, she began to waste away. I later learned that she was unable to get enough money to feed both of us, and had to start borrowing from the exchange, a band of cutthroats and smugglers. But even that was not enough. She hid what she was doing from me. She gave most of her food to me so that I would be strong, but she herself was suffering deeply from it. In the end, she could go on no longer, and collapsed at the cantina where she worked one day. She never recovered. There was nothing really that I could do for her. She left me no money, and no doctor would see her without being paid first. I sat by her bed for days as she lay there dying. I never want that to happen to someone I care about ever again. But there was still the money she had borrowed. She had never paid it back and made no provisions for her death. You must understand. The exchange is brutal. They care nothing for the life of a sentient being. They are the major suppliers of slaves on Terrace. They thought it would be appropriate that, with my mother owing them money, the debt should be passed on to me. And with no way to pay, they took me by force. You have no idea what this is like to be bound like a beast and treated as such. It was the worst time of my life. They treated me like livestock. They were waiting for a buyer to give them some credits for me when the Jedi came to fight the Mandalorians. The Jedi could not abide by what they saw there, and drove the exchange from the face of the world, freeing those of us imprisoned there. But the Jedi soon left to fight their war, and I was left with a dream. I swore that I would become a Jedi. As soon as I had enough money to do it, I bought passage on a freighter headed for Dantooine. We both know what has happened since then. I am grateful to you for having given me the opportunity to fulfill my dream, rather than become what I hated. Someday, I may make it up to you. But for now, let us keep on the task at hand.
Yeah, what do you want? Your choice. Got something on your mind, dude? Oh, I get it. Let's play with the old man's head, is it? He's half senile. He'll forget I said anything. Wait, what was this about anyway? Don't want to talk about that. Now that's a unique method of getting someone to talk. Thunder about like a bantha in a circuit shop. Does that work for you often? Let me tell you something. Once you've lived as many years as I have, you'll have yourself a long, long list of memories. If you're lucky, most of them will be good. If you're not, some will be bad. If you're really unlucky, some will be so bad you'll never want to be reminded of them again, ever. You'll go far away to a place that doesn't hold any memories at all, and there you're forgotten. Partly, maybe. I doubt I could ever explain it to you fully, even if I wanted to. Let me ask you this. Have you ever been in love? Truly in love, I mean, and not simple infatuation. Exactly. You're still at the beginning of your life. There will be women in your life, perhaps many women. But if you're fortunate, you'll find love once. The Jedi, with their damnable sense of overcaution, would tell you love is something to avoid. Thankfully, anyone who's even partially alive knows that's not true. Love doesn't lead to the dark side. Passion can lead to rage and fear and can be controlled. But passion is not the same thing as love. Controlling your passions while being in love, that's what they should teach you to beware. But love itself will save you, not condemn you. Listen to me go on as if I had all the answers. What do I know of love anymore? I'm just a lonely old man who's not even a Jedi. You do you? I wouldn't listen too closely. I'm no authority on anything. I just think that the greatest things in life shouldn't be avoided because they come with a few complications. Love causes pain, certainly. Inevitably, love is going to lead to as much sorrow and regret as it does joy. I suppose there are perfect eternal loves out there, but I haven't seen any. And how do you deal with the bad part of love is what determines your character. What determines the dark side's hold over you. I haven't changed my mind. I'm still not going to talk about it. You go and find your own love if you want to know so badly. I'll tell you one thing. Sometimes, no matter how hard you try, you and the one you love simply aren't meant to be together. The trick is to know when that is. To know when it's time to fight and when it's time to part ways. There I go, waxing philosophical again. Somebody blast me already. Let's get going before I start talking in riddles, damn it. Yikukuno no ba mulira chikun. Tonghit takumjus tahmiki grabulmogo. Kachichu ita botunga. Toldobank wale oganda naru chuchut. Mogisha punka bola wana chikne. Amule slimo podadana nanga kubist mule rabes. Ke puna punanai chatu chimba mule ratawana. Tok chimba no kunik. Chi gratun loda pograshi onion kompa chintomo mutuba. Loda dita kun. Ita patisa patua kachat lunda di hotonga kun hankani. Wana kun bez ching palamule tongking ba nunot. Tag biz chuponko kokimak baka. Ching pala chiska mule tunarana nu prata. Tonkuyami juz chikata na patoga ya hulki kokogala jiji. Manaman otota. Hakki jukrata pola shui tungatong. Chongkin no bunka mulera kunkile. Kunkile no ba. Tong haidwam jiji jom lumpa. Nita poe tikito. Dolpa da bonkwalea gandona chuchut. Ka chikun ida hodonga. Ikin kuno ba mulera chikun. Svimo podonar di hodonga kun. Tong abong siya umino. Wanga kundis king palemuraya. Choni yon tunjiji idatwa. Kama dumpa ku palia mukapata. Pudana chaku. Ikung kono pulemara. Tolpa da pongwale ganduna guchuchut. Kama dum ku pelio botenya. Bonanay itam boragatong mulira siyang turong ni na potata tuanga chun dize igruto haga jijiwa wata chuma tong abong siya umino wanga kundis king palemuraya chuni yun Carth Onesi, is that you? Jordo? It is you, isn't it? I knew it when I laid eyes on you. You old space dog. How have you been? I thought for sure you'd be fighting on some ship out there. I was. I crashed. That's pretty rich. I can't imagine what it would take to keep you on the ground. Must have something to do with your friend here, eh? How's it going? So what are you doing here, Jordo? Last time I saw you was on, Tilos, actually. Yeah, it's a shame about home. Tilos still hasn't recovered. The family and I moved on, and I'm working for Zerka now. I didn't see you after... what I mean is, my condolences on your wife. I heard what happened. At least your boy made it through all right. My boy? You mean Dustle? Yes, of course. I saw him at my last stop on Korriban, though he didn't recognize me. You didn't know he was there? No. Jordo, Dustle has been missing since the attack on Tilos. Are you absolutely certain it was him? Yeah, I'd recognize Dustle anywhere. Positive. He's joined the Sith, Carth. What do you mean he's joined the Sith? There's an academy for the Sith on Korriban. He's a student there. I saw him suited up in their outfit and everything. Sorry, I thought you knew. No, I didn't. Well, thanks for telling me, Jordo. Sure, no problem. Good to see you again, Carth. Hope everything works out with Dustle. Dustle is alive. We have to go to the Korriban Academy and find him. Thank you. I just have to see him. I have to know what happened to him. All this time I thought he must be a man by now.
Oh, it's you again. I'll just let you pass. The boys in the office may need authorization in triplicate, but not me. Good hunting out there.
Hey there. It seems to me that if you don't really remember anything about being Revan, then it doesn't really matter anymore. You are who you are now, right? I don't see the Sith Lord standing here. I see a friend who's been with us through thick and thin. Remember, Malik's the one who tried to destroy Terrace. Hey there, what can I do? Don't worry. I won't let the search for Griff get in the way of what we're doing. Let's just get back to the task at hand. Is there anything else I can help you with? I always heard Tatooine was nothing but a rock covered by a bunch of worthless sand. I can't even figure out why Zerka Corp set up their mining operations here. Sorry I can't be more help, you know? Is there anything else I can do for you? Okay.
Got something on your mind, dude?
For the Republic!
Yeah, what do you want? Your choice. I'm here if you want.
Got something on your mind? Who said I left the Jedi? Well, technically I was only a Padawan. Not that that makes a difference to most, but as for the Order itself, no, I never left it. It left me. You know what I hate? Lots of things, really, but I'm old and easily annoyed, but that's besides the point. What I really hate are how most people view the Jedi. Everyone thinks that the Jedi are perfect, that they can do no wrong. They think the Jedi Council is completely incapable of injustice. Damn right I disagree. The Jedi are just as capable of injustice as anyone else. They may try harder, sure, but sometimes they get it wrong. And I'm not even talking about how some of us fall to the dark side. No, that's plenty indication of our fallibility, but it's something else entirely. No, I'm talking about how more than often not, your average robe-wearing Jedi can try to do the right thing and still be completely wrong. That's true, but it's not what I meant. I guess I'm not being clear, am I? Come to think of it, I don't have to be clear. Someone my age is entitled to ramble, damn it. But for your sake, I'll try to explain. I'll tell you a little tale about a Jedi master I once knew. Hortath, I think. Or was it Hortoth? I can never get it straight. Where was I then? Oh yes, Master Hortath. He was a kindly old Jedi who meant well, but the most nearsighted thing in the Corps, I swear. He would walk into walls, knock over tables, mistake apprentices for rancor beasts, that sort of thing. And he was too proud to submit to proper treatment. Some used to counsel him in the urge to use the Force, Master Hortath. Allow the Force to see for you. But he refused to believe that his eyes were failing. He simply squinted more and more as the years went on, the other Jedi resignedly passing it off as the amusing quirk of a compassionate old man. So, one day a young Padawan meets Master Hortath in the courtyard and, not knowing of his blindness, asks him for directions to the council. Quite sure of himself, Hortath gave the lad directions, which happened to lead back outside and away from the Enclave. The Padawan is confused, naturally. He asks if Master Hortath is sure, and of course Master Hortath says that he is. The Padawan suggests that perhaps he should ask someone else, but the proud Hortath now feels insulted. He tells the Padawan to take the route he prescribed and no other. Rather dejectedly, the Padawan did as he was told, and so ended up leaving the Jedi Order forever. It was decided that the boy's fate was to leave the Order anyway, though whether that was out of respect for Hortath or because the boy went on to something else, we'll never know. No, both of them were from before my time. Well before the Sith Wars, even. The tale is about blindness, and I thought the point was clear. At any rate, you think about it. You're the one who asked why the Jedi left me, remember? Now let's get going. My feet are itching for a good run.
How may I be of assistance to you, Padawan? What is it you would like to speak to me about? Of course, if there is anything else, I am here to help. How may I be? What is it you... Of course.
Women, too, to be fair. Oh, indeed. They make a fine sandwich, also. But don't tell the Jedi Council I said that. And just what gave you the impression that I know anything more about the Sith than you do? Oh, that's right. Damn the years of the young. I was expecting you to be your usual inattentive self when I mentioned that. So it's true, yes. I fought plenty of Sith. That was during the time of Exar Kun. Oh, 40 years ago now. Has it been that long? A Sith believes he commands the Force, but it is the dark side who commands him. You know this. There is little else I could truly add. That is not a pleasant time to remember. After Exar Kun fell to the dark side, he attempted to recruit other Jedi to his cause. What surprised us, what took us completely unprepared, was how utterly successful he was. Many Jedi joined him and became Sith themselves. Why they did, I will never truly know, but they did. Battle broke out throughout the Order, pupil against master. We fought ourselves. Oh, easy now to call them traitors. But tell me, how do you fight against someone that you love? I dislike such memories. It leaves a taste in the mouth that... it's a sadness I thought I'd put aside long ago. Ask me about the war some other time, just not now. I would prefer to be by myself for now.
Yeah, what are you? You're...
What the hell is your kind doing here? Bad enough I have to deal with all these other idiots, but now there's a stinking Cathar on this world, too?
I have as much right to be here as you do, sir.
Ooh, big man. The Jedi shooting his mouth off from behind a lightsaber. Or whatever you're carrying. Hiding behind your pet Cathar. And a woman at that. We should have exterminated all you Cathar when we had the chance.
What? What do you know about my world?
I know enough that... Hey, wait a minute. You look familiar somehow.
You.
This doesn't concern you, Jedi trash. Now where could I have... No, he's dead, and she likely is too.
What are you talking about?
Maybe I was wrong. Still, I think a specimen like you would be a nice addition to my collection. So, what would it take, Jedi, for you to sell your pet here to me? Now don't be so selfish. We both know Cathar aren't real people anyway. The females make amusing pets, but the males should be put down like the animals they are. I remember one time on Taris.
What? What did you say? What did you do on Taris, you scum?
Put one of you down like the animals you are. So easy. Then I saw one of the females on the auction block. But those darn Jedi.
It was you.
What? Me? Oh, now I recognize where I've seen that face before. You were the little Cathar I was going to purchase. But Those Jedi came and stole my pet away from me. When I was fighting with the Mandalorians against the Cathar, I developed an appreciation for these creatures. They make excellent servants if properly trained. You Jedi act all prim and proper, but inside you must feel the same way I do about the lesser, non-human species. The Sith at least let their feelings show on the outside. Come now. Will you let your pet go? I'm sure we can come up with a price we both think is fair.
And I will see you dead for what you have done to my people.
Hold on a second. Don't be hasty.
There is peace. I will remain calm. I am a Jedi now. My lust for vengeance must be curbed.
Yes. Say no to the dark side, but I will have you yet. Ha!
My Cathar, he will pay for his crimes, though. He will most likely be following us. Me. If we could find him first, then he may not be able to set in motion whatever he has in store for us.
Ki mulira kung king. Tong hitwama aki. Chiwi aita ka chong chicha. Agi unko tune chuna mulira. Tong hitwama chi. Tong hitwama aki unko tune. Tong hitwama chi aki unko tune. Tong pa no kun. No ne. Chiwi. Diska no soki. Kopa bono nakachu. Labora na winki smack toma. Uyami yusku chika nai. Uchua penki. Tong hitwama aki unko tune. Tong hitwama chi aki unko tune. Tong pa no kun. No ne. Chiwi ai diska no soki. Kopa bono nakachu. Labora na winki smack toma. Uyami yusku chika nai. Tong hitwama aki unko tune. Tong hitwama chi aki unko tune. Tong pa no kun. No ne. Ki mulira kun. Tong hitwama aki unko tune. Tong hitwama chi aki unko tune. Tong pa no kun. No ne. Chiwi aita kadiska no soki. Kopa bono nakachu. Labora na winki smack toma. Uyami yusku chika nai. Chiwa aita kan kicha na chupornibo. Un mulira snimo poiwanga tong ito achua penki. Yun patisa. Jasranti dok chiwa aita kan kicha tong ito mamaji. Yuman at ที่นุริราคุณกินต้องคิดชีวิตไอ้ตากาช่องจิจาอาลีอุโตตุเนชุนามุริราต้องคิดว่ามาจิต้องคิดว่ามาอากิอุโตตุเนก็ต้องคิดว่ามาจิอากิอุโตตุต้องปาดลคุณนอนDisca do Soki, Copa Bononakachu, Labora na Winki Smaktoma, Tuyami, Yusku, Tong Hitwama Aki Ukotune, Potong Hitwama Ji Aki Ukotu, Tong Padokun, None, Disca do Soki, Copa Bononakachu, Labora na Winki Smaktoma, Tuyami, Tong Hitwama Aki Ukotune, Potong Hitwama Ji Aki Ukotu, Tong Padokun, None, Yuthura Banชีวิตไอ้ตากาช่องจิจาอาลีอุโตตุเนชุนามุริราต้องคิดว่ามาต้องคิดว่ามาอากิอุโตตุเนก็ต้องคิดว่ามาจิอากิอุโตตุต้องปาดลคุณนอนในชีวิตไอ้ตากาช่องจินุริราคุณชีวิตไอ้ตากาช่องจิจาอาลีอุโตตุเนชุนามุริราต้องคิดว่ามาจิคนนาต้องคิดปัจจุบันไอ้ตาการที่ชานาจุปนิโบมุนิราสนิโมปอยวัชีวิตไอ้ตาการช่องจิจาอาลีอุโตตุเนชุนามุริราต้องคิดว่ากีมุริราคุณกินต้องคิดว่ามาอากิอุโตตุเนก็ต้องคิดว่ามาจิอากิอุโตตุต้องปาดลคุณนอนในชีวิตไอ้ตาการช่องจิจาที่ว่าไอ้ตาการที่ชานาจุปนิโบมุนิราสนิโมชีวิตไอ้ตาการช่องจิจาอาลีอุโตตุเนชุนามุริวะจูอาเป็นที่ยุนปฏิสาที่จูบจิคุตานากาอินวุวามุนิราดวันต้องคิดว่ามาอากิอุโตตุเนก็ต้องคิดว่ามาจิอากิอุโตตุต้องปาดคุณนอนในDisca do Soki, Copa Bononakachu, Labora na Winki Smaktoma, Tuyami, Yusku, Chikanai, Uchua Pen. Tong Hitwama Aki Ukotune, Potong Hitwama Ji Aki Ukotu, Tong Padokun, None, Chiwi Disca do Soki, Copa Bononakachu, Labora na Winki Smaktoma, Tuyami, Yusku, Chikanai, Uchua Pen. Don'tคิดว่ามาอากิอุโตตุเนก็ต้องคิดว่ามาจิอากิอุโตตุต้องปาดลคุณนอนในชีวิตไอ้ตากาช่องจิจาอาลีอุโตตุเนชุนามุริราต้องยิดิสกาโดโซกิก็ปาบนนักจูลาบรานาวินกิสมักโตมาตุยามิยูสกุชิกาไนอุชัวเป็น
Your wish?
What?
Incoming fighters!
Oh, it's you again. I'll just let you pass. The boys in the office may need authorization in triplicate, but not me. Good hunting out there.
Baba Hassan Shan. No ba muli rati lai kuka. Chiwa aita kan kicha na kupornibo. Kun muli ras nimo poi wanga tang itwama ji human act in chiwi aita ka tong chicha. Agi inko tune chuna muli ra tang itwama ji kona. Tong kipa no kunek abog chiwa aita kan kicha na kupornibo. Kun muli ras nimo poi wanga tang itwama ji human act in Chiwa aita kang kicha na chupornipo. Kun muriras nimo pagkakincha.
Sure.
What is it? Yes?
Yes.
Huh? Yes?
Sure.
Got something on you? Not particularly. I suppose you're going to nag me until I cough it up, aren't you? Nothing is private anymore, it looks like. There's no escaping it, I guess. So be it. My wife's name was Neyama. She was the Yucata's enforcer who shot me out of the sky, if you remember. My wife had plenty to do with the war. Upon meeting her, I knew right away that she was strong in the Force. That's why she was able to shoot me down. Neyama was a marvel of a woman. Fiery, determined, smart. She dragged me to the capital and foiled 3 of my attempts to escape prison. Oh, and that body. Well, yes, that. Needless to say, I eventually won her over. That was after I kidnapped her upon being broken out of the Yucata's prison, mind you. But, that's another story entirely. At any rate, I wanted to train her in the Jedi way. The Council refused my request, naturally. I was still a Padawan at the time. I was an experienced Padawan, surely, but not yet ready to be a full Jedi, and certainly not ready to train another, especially not one so old as my wife. I did. I wasn't the first, and I won't be the last. The problem with self-righteous folk is they think they're more right than everyone else. I believed in her and trained her in secret. I ignored her willful nature. I loved her too much to see fault in her. She loved me too. I know she did. At the time, our love was a shared bliss, better than anything I had known before or since. Exar Kun is what happened. Niyama was inspired by Exar's promises of a new golden age. She wanted to join him. She came to me, pleading with me to throw aside what she called the decrepit trappings of the Jedi, to join her in Exar's war. I pleaded with her to reconsider, to think about all that she was throwing away, to think about what she would become. She would have none of it. Finally, in frustration, she attacked me. She drew her lightsaber and attempted to strike me down. It was a scene being repeated everywhere throughout the galaxy. Pupil against master. In my case, it was a long and terrible battle, but I defeated her. No, I had her at my mercy, disarmed and defenseless. She looked up at me and she knew I couldn't do it. But I should have. Sometimes I convince myself otherwise, but it's no use. She had fallen to the dark side when she raised her saber against me, and I let her go. To my shame, she went on to kill many Jedi during the war, until she herself was slain in the final battle. I grieved for her death, inevitable as it was, even as the Jedi Council put me on trial for my actions once the war was over. I had trained Niyama against their wishes. I had failed to kill her when I had the chance. She went on to kill others. Not to mention that I had remained a Padawan throughout the war. Formality, perhaps, but with a trial, it had to be decided if I was worthy to become a Jedi at all. It was a travesty, of course. I told you that even the Jedi were capable of great injustices, didn't I? I deserved to be tried. They found me innocent, even though I deserved every punishment and more. They let me go. Mitigating circumstances, they said. I deserved compassion, they said. They said I had learned wisdom the hard way. For all I had done during the war, they wished to raise me to full Jedi status at long last. That was when the Jedi left me. That was when they failed me. Been able to forgive me. I could never forgive myself. Yes, I do, I suppose. Does that surprise you? It's all so long ago, lost in the winds, I suppose. Nobody cares what an old man believes anymore, do they? Let's continue on with the task at hand. I would prefer to think of the present today.
blood seeds that he will pay for his...
Got something on your mind? Oh, that was not until many years later, to tell the truth. I spent quite some time wandering the galaxy. Nothing so extravagant. I merely traveled from place to place. I don't even think I knew what I was searching for. It wasn't as if my travels were pleasant either. There were plenty of folks who distrusted the Jedi after the war, or worse. I suppose so. Not everyone would understand why the Jedi would suddenly start killing themselves and tearing up half the galaxy, would they? If people were treating me with suspicion, they were looking at me with greed. I don't know how many thought they could make use of me for their own ends. I got so sick of the treachery and deceit. I left the civilized parts of the galaxy and headed instead for the uncivilized parts. Actually, I was on my way somewhere else when I crash-landed on Kashyyyk. The ship I was using was a rust bucket. I'm no mechanic, and besides, after you plunge nose first in the trunk of a 5-kilometer-high tree, chances are you don't have much ship left. Sure, why not? Seemed like an interesting enough place to spend a couple of decades exploring. What do you know? I'd done enough wandering by that point, thank you very much. I felt at peace in the Shadowlands. Well, they did at first, oh yes. I can't say I was overly pleased to encounter a group of indigenous giant carpets either, I can assure you of that. Well, that was after 2 decades of helping them. They certainly didn't trust me at first. When I could, I would assist a few young ones who would get lost in the Shadowlands or attacked unexpectedly by the wildlife. I must say, for a while there, the Wookiees actually thought I was some kind of benevolent forest god. Amusing, really. I set them straight eventually. Nonsense. I had no idea that's what they were thinking for a long time. I just thought they were being friendly neighbors, leaving fruit and such for me. Later, when I started to understand some of their grunting, I realized they would say prayers to the Hairless One before descending into the forest. Hairless One. Used to have plenty of hair, I tell you. At any rate, took a few bruises. I set the record straight. I traveled to Rookwaro and met with the chieftain in front of everyone. Freyr swatted at me just to see if I was real or not. I was real, and while it was a light swat, Wookiees are terribly strong. I was knocked out cold for a day. The Wookiees all thought it was quite funny. At first, when the slavers took to hunting down lone Wookiees in the fringes of the Shadowlands, I did my best to divert them. Later, when Shundar made his deal, I didn't see any point. I wasn't here to save them from their own sad follies, after all. Not really. Kashyyyk is a place you can feel very small in. It felt good to devote my time to helping people. What can I say? I did it all for the Wookiees. The Wookiees? Well, okay, maybe I needed some time on a quiet and remote planet, but if you ever need a friend, an incredibly strong hairball isn't a bad call. I suppose I am, in a way, despite the smell. For a race of gardeners, they've developed quite interestingly. You remember the alien computer, correct? Kashyyyk was meant to be an agricultural planet. The Wookiees were made for a reason, or at least that's what I'm thinking. But I'm an old man who's had a long time to develop that opinion, so don't argue with me. At any rate, we should be moving along, don't you think? If you sat around this long in the Shadowlands, attack would eat you. Are we back to that again? What's the best way for me to approach this? Perhaps it's time for a little story. You just keep quiet there, you. I've had to put up with all your busybody questions, haven't I? Well, Now you listen to a story, damn it. Now, where was I? Oh, yes, the story. You almost made me forget about it. Nice try, but I'm not that old just yet. Now then, a young man sees a terribly venomous snake in his small village. Nervous, he watches the snake carefully until it leaves. The young man follows the snake into the forest. He clears the branches out of its path and helps it over obstacles. He even works to keep it fed. Shush! Many nights pass, and still the young man continues to follow the snake. He even follows it into the sands of the great desert. In the desert, the snake eventually grows hungry. It turns and bites the young man, its poison quickly working its way into his system. Finally, curious, the snake looks at the boy as he lays dying and asks, "Why were you foolish enough to follow me all the way out into the desert?" The boy looks back and replies, "Did I follow you? I thought I was leading you away from everyone else." And then he died. Well, now, that's what I wanted to see for myself. Well, then, let's hope you're not the young man either. I've told you before that you have a destiny before you. This does not mean, however, that your future is already written. They are not the same thing. You have the choice of which direction you take your destiny in. More than engine-sucking Andor, certainly, but even he had a choice. So far, you've chosen to take the lighter path. Can you stay that course, even through the challenges ahead? We'll have to wait and see. I'm not here to judge you or tell you which path to take. I'm here ready to offer you my help, should you ask for it. I do that because I think it's important. More important than remaining in my home and pretending the galaxy doesn't exist. That's why I'm here. I'm rather glad I came too, really. You're a fine young lad. I hope things turn out well for you. Now then, I've chatted enough for one lifetime. Let's get this show on the road, shall we?
Yeah, what do you want? Your choice.
Chipedwana ni bobo. Tonk nabung shanun yang. Tonk patogas magdelia. Kachichu aitha haudunga. Inkin kuno bamulira chitkun. Slima bodonna. Rundi haudunga kunong kabi. Takum justak miki grabel mogo. Kachichu aitha haudunga. Tulpada bonk molya gando danago chuchut. Moga shampumpa. Bolawan na chikni. Pamulislik mo poda na wanga kun bist mulira best. Chipedwana ni bobo. Tonk nabung shanun yang. Tonk patogas magdelia. Takom justak miki grabel mogo. Kachi chu aita haudunga. Tulpada bonk molya gando danago chuchut. Moga shampumpa. Bolawan na chikni. Pamulislik mo poda na wanga kun bist mulira best. Kuya mi juz kachita naipatoga ya fulki kukula jiji. Kawana bota aayot tagwa. Kankidora dikun watatima na itabola. Wi, itanadana yitya. Kuntichani. Tong patogas magdelia. Rundi haudonga kuhungabi. Wana kunes. Jink palamur. Tonk kimba na kongek. Tonk ting tachun kup. Kuya mi juz kachisa. Naipatoga ya fulki. Kukula jiji. Kawana bota. Mucha shak pangpa.
No, that is the wrong answer. Again, you pathetic hopefuls can't possibly all be this stupid, can you?
Watawama mulira. King conchope shak. No ba muliraji. Joni yu turungchi. We itadia. Bola una chinek. Ba mulirat slimo anga kunbisking.
I'm no master yet, but I like the sound of that. All right, one more question. A lot of you is trying my patience. All right, let's say you become a Sith and I am your commanding officer. I give you an order to spare the life of an enemy. Do you do it?
Of course, Shaldan. Anything you command us.
We would never oppose you.
No. Oh, do you honestly believe that the Sith are in need of such sniveling cowards? Mercy is a weakness. If your leader shows weakness, it is your duty to kill him and show true authority, true power. That is why the Sith are strong.
Tone podo. Rana no prata don't no sarcha. Ichua benki.
No, you don't understand, and you probably never will. You wouldn't survive 5 seconds in the academy. The other students would tear you apart. Bah! I can't be bothered with fools. Perhaps I should. You, Jedi, you're looking to get into the academy, are you not? Of course you are. Why else would you be here? Let me pose a question to you. These hopefuls will never survive in the academy. A lesson must be taught here, but I am at a loss as to what form it should take.
Well, if you can't think of anything cruel, you really shouldn't be out here, young man, should you?
I wasn't talking to you. I'm thinking to spare them the effort of being killed and do it myself. Perhaps I shall turn their skin inside out. Or force lightning. Yes, it's a most impressive display. Or perhaps a bit of humiliation is in order. I could easily strip off their tunics and make them run through the colony. Or they could lose all control of their bodily functions. What do you think? I just can't seem to decide.
We didn't do anything. Please, help us.
Silence! It's not what they did so much as what they didn't do, which is prove themselves worthy. I'm exhausted from dealing with their mulings, so please decide for me. Let them go? And what could possibly convince me to do that? I want to let them go. Yes, that's right. They're not worth my time. I'm on my head. What was that? I feel like... Just get out of here, all of you. I don't have time for this.
Yuthura Benki, ang Mamaji, human acting ikatu. Nika, Badubaka! Patisa! Kon muli. Kiska dosoki, kopa pono nakachu, labora na winkis chiwi aita ka chong chicha. Agi impa ba Hasan shan. No ba muli raji like. Kakincha na wabakaon.
Don't go near that Sith place. I can't wait to get back.
Look here, my dear friends. We have some newcomers to the colony, led by a Jedi, no less. I don't believe I've seen any of them before. Have you?
I hate Jedi, and these fallen ones are worse. They always get into the academy, and they think they're better than the rest of us.
Well, if you'd seen us before, we wouldn't be newcomers, would we?
Smart-mouthed newcomers, to boot.
Looks pretty fresh to me, Lasho.
That's what I thought. Well, stranger, I don't know whether you're aware of this or not, but here on Korriban, the Sith do as they please. And we are Sith. Quite literally, whether you live or die depends upon our whim. What do you think of that? How precocious. I think this one tried to make a joke, don't you?
I didn't think it was funny.
Neither did I. A brave face, perhaps, but I'm more interested in being amused at the moment, I think. What do you say? Amuse us. Make us laugh, and we might just consider allowing you to live. What?
I think someone just stood up to you, Lasho.
Shut up, fool, unless you want to be next.
Yeah? Anytime.
Stop it. This is boring. Let's just go back to the academy.
Fine, we'll go. As for you, I'll find you later. Trust me on that.
Greetings. You've heard of that awful business on Idian, yes? Our corporate outpost there has been destroyed by the Wookiee savages. This could put back the use of Wookiee labor considerably. We may even have to abandon the planet completely.
Yeah, I sure bet the Wookiees would hate to see you go.
Well, certainly. Now they are doomed to remain savages forever. Or possibly become extinct. Very sad. Now then, was there something you needed? We do some mining here, and are responsible for local shipping and support of the Sith on Korriban. Our starport is mostly just freighters and such. But we do get many travelers that come here to learn from the Sith. This office is actually our administrative headquarters for this region. Rather inauspicious, isn't it? We offer good prices here to those traders that keep the colony supplied. If you're in need of anything, this is the place to come. Well, why not? This is Sith space now, and the company has to survive regardless of who is in charge. The Republic, the Sith, the economy has to keep going. Now, was there anything else? You certainly can. Allow me to punch up our stock.
Yuthura Ban, dan itwamaji human acting ikatune chi itakanki. Don hitwama act inkotune, otang hitwama ji aki ikotu. Don palokun, chi wi aita ka chom chicha. Agi inkotune chunamuri ra, don hitwama ji. Just grunty to patslemo, chi itakanki chana kilikon. Inba. Inko ka, inba ni chalora kun. Tung abashun ni chunchi. Kakincha nawabakaon. Pichage borang turang. Nada chawa ishun kun. Nikawa dupaka. Patisa. Con mulis limo poi wanga kun viskin. Chi itakanki chan. Yuthura Ban, dan itwamaji human acting ikatune. Kimba no konik dota. Patisa. Inko ka. Kimba ni chalora kun. Tung abashun ni chunchi. Uchua penki. Tang itwama ji human act in ikatune. Chi itak tong hitwama act inkotune. Kotang hitwama ji aki inkotune. Tong padok. Jiska dosoki. Kopa bono nakachu. Labora na winki snack toma. Uchiwa aita kan kicha na chupornibo. Kun muli ras nimo poiwanga. Tang itwama ji. Inko ka. Kimba ni chalora kun. Tung abashun ni chunchi. Kakin cha nawabakaon. Changwawa. Jiska dosoki. Kopa bono nakachu. Labora na winki snack toma. Kuyami jusku. Tong hitwama aki inkotune. Kotang hitwama ji aki inkotune. Tong padoku chiwa aita kan kicha na chupornibo. Kun muli ras nimo poiwanga. Tong hitwama ji human act in ikatune. Jiska dosoki. Kopa bono nakachu. Labora na winki snack toma. Kuyami jusku chitanai. Tong hitwama aki inkotune. Kotang hitwama ji aki inkotune. Tong padokun. Kakin cha nawabakaon. Pichage borang turang. Nada chawa ishun kun. Nova muli ratila. Tong hitwama ji aki inkotune. Kachopa bogra shanka tachi cha. Un chawa wiskun nun kun. Bogra shok chong kanti chopa chow chow baso. Chino muli rat. Kimba no konik dota. Kakin cha na. Achua penti. Yun patisa. Ichuba jikuta.
Can you imagine if I actually became a Sith?
What do you want? I'm trying to get into the Sith Academy. Around here they call us hopefuls. After the Sith conquer the galaxy, there aren't going to be any more Jedi, are there? I guess I'd rather join the winning side. Well, that's the only way to become a Sith, isn't it? In the Academy you learn to use the Force. I thought they were good, but I've been here for days now and I haven't drawn any attention at all. I suppose that might be good. I don't know. Some of the attention the Sith have shown to other hopefuls has been pretty deadly. I can impress one of the Sith, I guess. Either way, it's Yuthura Ban who makes the final decision. She's the twin Sith Master, I hear. Very high rank. She's the one who decides which hopefuls make it in and which ones don't. I really couldn't say. I hear that sometimes she comes out into the colony to drink at the cantina, though. But I guess she could be anywhere. All right. Goodbye.
Render assistance, citizen. Move along.
Leave me be. Can't you see that I'm busy? Isn't that obvious? You must be very sharp to possess such an astute sense of perception. Obviously death, however, since I asked you to leave. No, you may not. I'm busy amusing myself, and I'm not going to miss any of the fun. Now get lost before I teach you a lesson.
You are neither a Sith, nor do you bear the medallion of a student of this facility. Please, leave at once. No one gets inside, citizen. Messages and deliveries must be relayed through official Sith channels only. I have been conditioned to resist mental persuasion, citizen. Please, do not attempt that again. You must be admitted to the Academy. That decision must be made by a Sith who has already been accepted here. The final decision, however, remains with Master Yuthura. I believe she is currently at the cantina if you wish to seek her out. Now go.
Please, don't hurt me. I am too weak with hunger. You'll get your turn soon enough, fool. And when you do, I will be there, laughing as you collapse from heat exhaustion and Meagle's beatings. Yuthura Seems like not much to do to be worthy of anything. How long you been up to it, boy?
Is there something specific you wanted? And what if I am? That is the whole point. Personally, I think it's wonderful fun. Those fools actually think that if they stand there long enough, I'll let them become a Sith. Idiots. A Sith is not a bantha, all endurance and no brains. A Sith would fight for his life, no matter the odds. If these rot grubs are as stupid as they seem, then they deserve their fate. Oh, it's a test, all right. It's a test to see if they're actually fool enough to die. If they don't, however, I certainly wouldn't admit them just for that accomplishment.
Why not just shoot them where they stand? It would at least be more direct.
It is a bit boring standing out here all day, however. I think I'll go for some dinner. It will be fun to think of them while I gorge myself. They'll still be here in an hour or two, surely. I suggest you run along before I decide to make you part of the fun.
She appeared to. She enjoyed it all. And Ravi good. And he behind glory. And he behind glory. Leave me be. I won't list just a few hours.
You talk to Meckle? Oh, all this.
Hey, what's this? Looks like we found ourselves a bit of sport, my friends.
This is good. I want to celebrate my acceptance into the academy.
Me too. So how about it, chump? Ready to die? I'm eager to blow off some steam after those tests. But we do, isn't it obvious?
Achuta, wanga kun pistol piki kuyana, tong patoga.
All right, let's go. Consider yourself lucky, Once you become a Sith, you can do anything. You can feel the power coursing through you. None of you fools can compare to me.
Uita na dala titai. Jipi casa. Kingu wa mulira duana. Kachopa bogro shonko tachita.
Please! You're jealous. You're jealous of my power. You think you deserve this medallion, don't you? Let's just see. See? I have the power to do anything!
Pudu, Tunirama na prakado.
Sniveling fool! And you would ever belong beside me in the academy. Save us the trouble. What's this? It seems I have an audience. Look, Jedi, just keep walking. I am a Sith now. My power is supreme. Prepare to die.
Never too old for this.
Can you not see that I am busy, human? Ah, I see you have a medallion. Where did you get it? I see. How very enterprising of you. Though that is not the normal way that we select our students for the academy. We Sith do encourage such independent thinking. You may even be a suitable candidate to join us. That is what you wish, I take it, to become a Sith. And yet, here you are in little Korriban just by accident? I find it hard to believe. If it amuses you, however, I'll play along. We wield ultimate power, my friend. To be a Sith is to taste freedom and to know victory. Nothing is as glorious as bending the Force to your will. Hide-bound relics who burden themselves with tradition and with the protection of the weak and ungrateful. They are pitiful and misguided. Why would you take a gift as glorious as the Force and squander it? Weaken yourself deliberately and shackle yourself to Our gift has made us superior. It is our rightful place to rule. How can any deny that? Yet the Jedi do so, and call us evil because we do not. You know the name. Malak is the strongest of us, and the strongest always rules. At least until one who is stronger can take it from him. That is our way. Survival of the fittest. You are always on guard, always lean for the kill. We promote it, for through this, the Sith are stronger. If a Sith is proven to be weak, and if the time is right, the Force rewards the cunning and the mighty. Step up to the challenge if you dare, or turn tail and run. We make no apologies for the weak. If you cannot clench your fist and know when the moment comes to strike, there is no place for you amongst us. Of those who come to train, Jedi serve the Force, trying to discern its wishes like frightened old men staring at the stars. The Force serves us. We shape it to our will. We are its master. The Jedi deny their darkness, but we revel in it. We allow it to fuel our strength. You've heard enough, have you? So what is it to be? Are you here to be a Sith or not? Ah, so you are just another hopeful after all. Or are you? There's something odd about you that I cannot place. Obviously you are a Jedi, one who is very strong in the Force, it seems. So were you a part of the Order for very long? Did they train you? As I thought. How interesting that they would let one with such power out of their grasp. Or are you here to spy on us? For all the good it would do. With that kind of power, you could become a great Sith. Perhaps, if I let you. Does that interest you? Ah, good. Exactly the sort of answer I was hoping for. I will take you to the Academy, and we shall see if you are ready to join the ranks of the Sith. I have only one other question. These companions of yours, they will not be coming with you, I presume.
My hearing's not so good. I'm just pleased my nice master doesn't beat me so much anymore. Yes, sir.
There's something odd about this servant of yours. No matter. Make sure they don't disturb your training or cause trouble. You are responsible for them. Now, are you ready to go to the Academy? Then let us leave. The Master of the Academy awaits you.
Greetings, prospective students. It appears we have a late entry. Who do you bring before me, Yuthura? A young human bristling with the Force?
A human that has had some training, it seems, Master Uthar. Very promising, I think.
Promising? That one's not worthy to lick spit off your shoes, Master.
I met this one in the colony. Unworthy, if you ask me.
That I'll judge for myself, thank you. Tell me, human, what do you know of the ways of the Sith? What preconceptions has your mind been polluted with? A diplomatic answer, if not the core of the matter. Our power is obvious. The question in truth goes much deeper than the surface. The Jedi equate the light with goodness and strength, and the dark with weakness and evil. That is their tradition, and it is truly no surprise that they cling to it for comfort. We, however, do not treat the Force as a burden. We treat it as a gift, a thing to be celebrated. We use it to acquire power over others. And why should we not? Because the Jedi say we should not. We are as the Force is meant to be. The Jedi would hide that from you. They would tell you the dark side is too quick, too easy, all so that they need never challenge the passions that lie within them. Joining with us means realizing your true potential. It means not stifling yourself solely for the sake of hidebound shamans and their antiquated notion of order. Be what you were meant to be. What say you, Lasho? Are you ready to learn the secrets of the dark side? Dare you?
I dare, Master Uthar. I am ready.
Brash and fiery, as expected. Turn that passion to your advantage, child. What of you, Meekle? Are you ready?
I am, Master. More than ready.
I sense much anger within you, young one. That is good. That will provide you power. And Shardan, what of you?
I am always ready.
I see. You had best gather your wits for the trial ahead, boy, or you will not last. And you, young human, does this interest you? Are you ready to learn more of what I speak? You are brave to argue, young one. I have met few students who would speak so openly to me. Ask yourself first what this morality is. How is it created? Who does it benefit? Where do your notions of good and evil come from? You may come to the realization that morality is but an obstacle to overcome, or not. The discovery is yours to make, should you be ready. Now then, all of you 5 recruits have shown a degree of facility with the Force. You all have the potential to become true Sith. Only one of you, however, will succeed. The one who succeeds will be admitted to the Academy as a full Sith. All others must wait until next year and try again, if you survive. My pupil, Yuthura, shall be your teacher and master while you attempt to prove yourselves. Heed her words.
As Master Uthar said, none of you are true Sith yet. For that to occur, one of you must do enough of worth, gain enough prestige, to be selected. What is an act of worth? You must learn that for yourselves. Remember that you are competitors here. Fight for your destiny, or go home.
If you wish to gain a lead over your competitors, the first of you to learn the code of the Sith and tell me of it will be rewarded. The rest is for you to discover. Welcome to the dark side, my children. Your one chance at true greatness lies here.
Ah, there you are. My favorite prospect for the year. Absolutely. By my estimation, you are far more likely to achieve the prestige necessary to join the Sith than any of the others. As a matter of fact, I am so certain of that I'm willing to offer you an opportunity of the once-in-a-lifetime variety. Would you like to hear it? Good. I do so adore someone who's willing to take a chance. As I said, you're no doubt going to be the one whom Uthar chooses to become a Sith. With my help, of course. Once that occurs, he will take you into the Valley of the Dark Lords to the tomb of Naga Sado to administer the final test. There you and I will be alone with him. The perfect time to, shall we say, arrange for a change in the Academy's leadership. The tomb is an ancient ruin on the surface that was visited years ago by Darth Revan and Darth Malak. They discovered a star map there of great importance.
You don't say. Well, the Master loves tombs, don't you, Master?
Reaching that map, as they did, is part of the final test. At any rate, it is not the tomb that is important. That Uthar will be alone is what is important. Is that such a daunting prospect? It is not as if I am asking you to perform the task alone, or as if you will get nothing out of it. Master Uthar cannot prevail against us both. That's all there is to it. It is a very simple matter. And so it should. It is central to our beliefs. It is my responsibility to replace my master when I am strong enough. I suppose you could do that. Even the hint of betrayal from his pupil and Uthar would move to eliminate me. But this is a very good opportunity for you. You can start off your Sith career as the right hand of the head of the Academy. Me, Uthar will not offer you that. Do you believe Uthar would not be aware of this? He would quickly figure out what you have to gain by betraying him, and would never believe someone would pass that up. Tell Master Uthar what you wish. Were I you, I would think first of what the consequences of such an action might be. To help you gain enough prestige and slow down the progress of the other hopefuls. I want you in that tomb when the time is right. We destroy Master Uthar together and I take his place. And you take your place at my side. A beautiful plan in its sheer simplicity. I'm so glad you see it my way. I will begin to make preparations for your final test. Your only worry now is to get there. Don't disappoint me. I can help you understand it. Would you like to hear it? Peace is a lie. There is only passion. Through passion, I gain strength. Through strength, I gain power. Through power, I gain victory. Through victory, my chains are broken. The Force shall free me. Simple words, yet easily misunderstood. Would you care for me to explain anything? The Force is our servant and our master, our teacher and our companion, a weapon and a tool. Know it, and you know the universe. Master it, and you master the universe. Strive for perfection, and the Force shall reward you. I am not. You must impress Master Uthar. Go to him with news of your deeds, or artifacts you have discovered. The Code of the Sith is the easiest way to start. I have told you all that you need to know of it already. There are a group of students who refused an order by Master Uthar to execute a group of civilians in the colony. Uthar declared that they were to be executed themselves, but the students escaped and fled before the order could be carried out. We are certain that they have not left Korriban. No doubt they have not gotten far and are simply in hiding. We just do not know where exactly. If you were to locate them and carry out Uthar's order, I am sure he would be most appreciative. Shall I go on? I would suggest you talk to the other prospective Sith and find one you can gain an advantage with. I believe Lasho would be an excellent choice. She is too trusting. I have little doubt you could talk her into letting you help her somehow. Just make sure it is you who gains the advantage, not her. Be ruthless if you must. That is the only thing that will impress Uthar. The only other idea I can suggest to you is that you head into the Valley of the Dark Lords on the surface. There are ancient ruins there which can be explored. It's possible you might find some artifacts or information in them which would please Uthar. It's difficult to say for certain. Revan? You mean Darth Malak's former master? Very little. I never met him personally, though I heard he was a very powerful man. Very charismatic. In the end, Revan was outshone by his pupil. Such is the way of the Sith. Why? Is this dead man of importance to you? Anything is possible. Uthar's former master still lives, though he is in no condition to challenge his former pupil for leadership. Perhaps the same is true for Revan. Perhaps Revan is out there, somewhere, waiting to take revenge upon Malak. More likely, what we were told is the truth. Revan is dead. Malak would be foolish to leave his old master alive, considering all the knowledge Revan held. Both Revan and Malak came to Korriban when they discovered the tomb of Nagasato. That was before my time. Is there any reason I should, beside the fact I did not know Revan in life? Revan was known for wearing a full helmet and cape. Perhaps Revan's body had been disfigured by the power of the Force. It is not unheard of. Regardless, I doubt I shall be meeting Revan any time soon. Fair enough. About myself. I am originally from Sleheron, if you must know. I was a slave to a cruel master, Omish the Hutt. I'm sure you don't need to know more. I have been involved in the work there over the last couple of years, but not often. Most of the excavating is left to the students. What did you wish to know? We could learn much about the history of the ancient Sith, why they were on Korriban and why they left. Perhaps we could learn more about the origin of the Force itself. With that knowledge could come great power. As you wish. I did. I also said that you didn't need to know more. Why are you asking? I see. Very well. I suppose there's no harm in the tale. As I said, I was originally a slave to one of the Hutts. The Hutts control everything on I was determined not to be nothing. One night when the drunken worm had me alone in his chambers, I stabbed him and escaped the compound. I stole onto a cargo ship and was not discovered by the crew until they reached the next system. They left me for dead on a desolate planetoid, alone. But that was fine by me. I was glad to be anywhere other than Sleheron. It was not luck that I was eventually rescued, of course. The Force was strong with me, though I didn't know that at the time. Not until the Jedi told me, that is. I'd rather not discuss it. Perhaps another time. Is there something else you needed? I hope to see you again.